The top 10 most visited countries in the world. France, 83.7 million visitors a year. There are 37 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in France. 9.7% of the country's GDP comes from tourism. Most people are attracted by the local flavour and special atmosphere. In addition, France is famous for its exquisite cuisine and wine. Paris is one of the most visited cities in the world, thanks to the Eiffel Tower. Besides Paris, people travel to Lyon, Strasbourg, and other cities. France is famous for its gorgeous ski resorts, alpine mountains, beaches, picturesque French villages, beautiful gardens and parks, and more. The USA, 74.8 million visitors a year. The huge country of the USA can surprise both beginners and experienced travelers. In cities such as New York, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas, the flow of tourists does not stop all year round. From the natural attractions of the United States, the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone National Park, and the wonderful landscapes of Alaska, the beaches of Hawaii, and much more. In 29 states of the United States, tourism is the main industry that brings big money to the treasury. In the United States, the largest flow of tourists come from Mexico, Canada, and the UK. According to statistics, by 2025, the United States will earn $2.5 trillion on tourism. Spain, 65 million visitors per year. Tourism is the main industry in Spain. The share of tourism is 11% of the country's GDP. People go to Spain to visit Barcelona and Madrid, to the resorts of the Mediterranean Sea, to take part in carnivals and En Serio, a Spanish national custom consisting of running away from bulls, cows, or calves, specially released from the coral. 15 national parks attract nature lovers. Spain is also famous for its ski resorts. 13 Spanish cities are UNESCO World Heritage Sites and attract tourists from all over the world. China, 55.6 million visitors a year. The Great Wall of China, Sacred Mountains of China, Shaolin Monastery, Huanggeshu Falls, Forbidden City, 3 gorgeous power stations, and many other attractions make China one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. According to the World Trade Organization, by 2020, China will be ranked first in the world among countries in terms of attendance. Mexico, 29.1 million visitors a year. The number of visitors to Mexico per year is higher than the number of visitors in the entire Caribbean, 22.8 million per people per year. The most visited region in Mexico is the Yucatan Peninsula. People come here for gorgeous beaches, ancient Mayan ruins, lush rainforest, and a bustling nightlife. Russia, 29.8 million visitors a year. In recent years, Russia has been in the top 10 most visited countries in the world, only slightly behind the UK. There are 26 sites in Russia that are now UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Lake Baikal, volcanoes and geysers of Kamchatka, the Black Sea coast, the snowy mountains of Altai are just a few of the thousands of famous places to visit. Russia is rich not only in natural objects, but also cultural attractions. The main cultural centers, Moscow, St. Petersburg, Novosibirsk, Novgorod, Kazan and others, are famous for their numerous churches, museums, historical buildings, theatres, palaces, defensive structures and other objects with rich centuries-old history. The popularity of Russia as a country to visit is growing every year. About 1 million people in the Russian Federation work in the tourism sector. Germany, 33 million visitors per year. Germany is considered one of the safest tourist destinations in the world. In Germany, tourism is developed both for its own citizens and for foreigners. According to statistics, 30% of Germans prefer to relax in their own country. In Germany, 2 million people work in tourism, and the share of tourism in the country's GDP is 4.5%. The cultural tourist centres of Germany are Berlin, Munich and Hamburg. They are also the most visited cities in the country. The most famous natural attractions in Germany are Saxon-Switzerland National Park, Pomeranian Lagoons National Park and Jasmund National Park. These parks are visited by millions of tourists every year. The UK, 32.6 million visitors a year. The UK is the 8th most visited country in the world. This country offers tourists the charm of Old England, the dramatic landscapes of Scotland, and the romantic Wales coastline. The tourism business annually brings to the state treasury $17.2 billion. Most of the UK tourists are Europeans. The second largest group of tourists arriving in the UK are from the USA and Canada. London is the most visited city in the United Kingdom, and the Tower of London is its most visited place. Turkey, 39.8 million visitors a year. This country is known for its rich cultural heritage and ethnic diversity. Turkey has a large number of historical, cultural and archaeological sites, and in addition to this, enchanting seaside resorts on the coasts of the Mediterranean and Aegean seas. Istanbul is the most visited city in Turkey. In 2015, the Turkish tourism industry suffered losses due to a number of accidents associated with the actions of terrorist groups. Turkey has lost a third of the entire flow of tourists. And Italy, 48.6 million visitors a year. To visit Italy is the dream of many people. 50 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, countless cultural artifacts, Roman and Renaissance archaeological sites, the Mediterranean coast and more. The most visited cities in Italy are Rome, Venice, Florence and Milan. 48.6 million tourists annually bring huge amounts of money to the country's treasury.